Hello, this is Yankee Sensei, and today I want to share with you 5 of my favorite board games you can get for free. I have tested them in my classes, and my students really enjoy them. They learn phrases as well as vocabulary, and they have so much fun that they don't even realize they're studying. I have played these board games with one-on-one tutoring lessons as well as with large groups. With large groups, you can divide them into teams. All you need is 1 or 2 dice and markers. If you don't have markers, you can use erasers instead. At the end of the video, I will show you where to get all 5 games. So without further ado, let's go to the first game.
Game number 1 is the alphabet game. I really like this game because it not only mixes capital and lowercase letters, but it also uses different fonts. And if I blow this up, like the lowercase a here and the lowercase a here, and then it has the lowercase g here, and if I scroll down a little bit, make it a little bit smaller, you can see that it's got the G here. So it has lots of different fonts. Now you can see that this is going to be a long game because it has so many spaces. So I have suggestions to remedy that problem. I normally use only 1 die for my games, but you can use 2 or even 3 dice for this game, which should speed it up. My second suggestion is to use letters from their name. Some of my students can't spell their own names yet, so this is a good opportunity for them to learn. I would write all their names on the board and have each student say the letters to their name before we start the game. For example, Kate, K-A-T-E, Joe, J-O-E. When they land on a letter that is in their name, they will get to move 2 more spaces if they spell their name. The trick is they have to recognize their letter when they land on it before the next player rolls the dice. Otherwise, they don't get the extra moves. Also, if you want to make this game more challenging, they can move 5 more spaces if they think of a word that starts with the letter they land on. For example, if they land on the letter F, I'll circle it right here, they can call out the word fish and get to move 5 more spaces. Players can choose between spelling their name for 2 extra moves or calling out a word that starts with that letter for 5 extra moves. That's about it for the alphabet game. Next is the school supplies game. This game is great to review school supplies with your students. It has pictures and sentences. If the students can read the sentence, great. If not, the teacher will read it and help them understand the directions. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. However, there are some instructions in there that I was initially confused about. I'm going to blow this up so you can see it better. For example, when you land on number 3, it says take notes in your notebook. That doesn't mean that the player literally takes notes. It means the player moves to number 10, which has a picture of the notebook. And if we look at number 8, if they land on number 8, it says you need an eraser. That means that the student would have to move back to number 1. So go backwards because that's where the picture of the eraser is. So that is the school supply game. Let's move right on to game number 3, which is the animal game. This game does not really need any explanation. When the player lands on a picture, they must say the animal name. I like this game because it's very simple and teachers can modify it any way they see fit. You can have the students say phrases, or you can have them spell the word, or you can use this game as a quick break between more serious activities. The sky's the limit. I hope you and your students like it. Speaking of like, smash that like button if you have found the information useful so far. Now, let's go to game number 4. The shape game. I teach them colors and shapes with this game. When the team lands on a square, the teacher would say, "What color and what shape?" The team would reply, "Purple heart," and everybody on the team must participate. If the team lands on a square with a die on it, they get to roll again. That's all for the shape game. And last but not least is the number and color game. I really like this game because it has numbers, colors, and vocabulary. It's great for review. Like the alphabet game, this one is a bit long, so I recommend using 2 or 3 dice to speed it up. Now that you've seen all 5 of these games, let me know in the comments below which ones you're going to try. So where do you find these games? Go to ESL Collective right here. And then make sure that this is on vocabulary. It has a drop down. And then type in board game. and then we're going to do alphabet for the first game. And then hit search, and it should be on page 1. Here we go. It's coming. Page 1, and let's see. And there's the alphabet game right there. I'm going to click on that. And there's the first game. Okay, let's go back and get the next game. The next one is school supplies. So we scroll back up here. And again, we're going to type in board game. And we're going to type in school supplies. And it should be right on that first page again. Let's see, return. The great thing about this, all these games are on the same website. And there's school supplies. Let's click on that. ESL Collective website is fantastic. And then there's the school supplies. Okay, let's go to the third game. On the third game, you have to be careful of what you type in, otherwise you're not going to find it. This website's a little quirky, but if I type in animals with an S, it's not going to show up. So I type in board game animal without the S, I hit search, and it should be right there on that first page. There it is. Okay, there's the animals board game. Remember to type it in, board game with animal without the S. Okay, now let's go to game number 4, which is our shape game. With this game, you'd think just type in board game shapes, but you wouldn't find it. You have to type in shape and race. Not game, but shape, race, search. And it should be right on that front page. And there it is. So you type in shape, race. And there is our fourth game. Okay, on to the last game, the numbers and colors game. With this last game, you would type in board game and numbers like the first few and hit search. And then scroll down. I love this website. Scroll down and there it is on page 1. Let's click on that and open it up. Okay, now in order to print these, just scroll down and then there's the print button. Now first you need to register. If you haven't registered with this website yet, it's free to register. Or if you're already registered, just log back in and hit that print button. These are just a few of the games I use, and they work really well with my students. I hope they can make a difference in your classroom. If you've made it to the end of this video and it has been helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button for more fun activities and games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.